If she's sexually attracted to you, she will say this phrase. Most guys are trained to look for the obvious, a giggle, a compliment, a flirty emoji. But the truth, the phrases that signal deeper attraction don't sound sexual, they sound casual, accidental. Sometimes, even boring, but buried in those words is intent if you know how to decode it. Attraction in its rawest form is rarely direct. Most women aren't wired to throw out explicit signals at first glance, especially if they're emotionally guarded or unsure of their own feelings. Instead, they drop clues, subtle hints, buried in banter, half-teasing remarks, or oddly specific comments that seem innocent but carry a deeper charge. Let's look at 6 phrases women rarely say unless there's attraction. The kind they feel, deny, and then accidentally reveal. 1. You're so annoying, but like in a weirdly tolerable way. This might sound like mild irritation. It's not. It's a form of disguised affection when a woman starts creating personal categories. For you, like you're annoying, but I don't mind it. That's her brain making space for you. You're no longer just a guy, you're a contradiction she enjoys thinking about. That emotional complexity often signals physical intrigue. Her mind is grappling with your presence. You're pushing buttons, but in a way that makes her lean and not away. It's playful friction, and underneath that friction lies curiosity. Her brain is registering the tension, the kind that blurs the line between irritation and interest. She's processing discomfort in a way that keeps her coming back. That's attraction layered under teasing disapproval. The more she keeps acknowledging your annoying traits, the more mental real estate you're occupying, and that kind of subconscious attention is never random to you. Remind me of someone I used to know, but not really. Memory is tied to emotion, and emotion is tied to desire. When she says this, her subconscious is trying to explain the familiarity she feels around you. She senses something electric, primal, but it doesn't fit her logic. So her brain scrambles to rationalize it. You must remind me of someone, but then it backtracks. But not really. That contradiction, that's a tell. It's not about who you remind her of, it's about why she feels close to you when she shouldn't. There's a familiarity she's drawn to, a pull she can't quite define. It's recognition without reason. That's often the beginning of desire. Her emotional body recognizes something before her conscious mind catches up. You're triggering a feeling she hasn't felt in a while, or maybe never has fully processed. And when logic and instinct clash like that, what follows is usually intrigue. 3. Wait, how do you know that about me? This phrase doesn't come from shock, it comes from emotional exposure. If a woman suddenly feels seen or understood, she often short-circuits a bit. Her instinct is to push back, but not fully. That tension between wanting to be known and needing to protect her mystery usually surfaces when she feels vulnerable around someone she's attracted to. It's not just the information you shared, it's that you noticed. That noticing stirs up tension that often becomes physical later, because when a woman feels emotionally penetrated before anything physical has happened, it awakens something potent inside her. You've moved beyond surface level and tapped into her emotional subconscious. That kind of resonance is rare, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Even if she tries to brush it off, the impact has already landed. For can I ask you something kind of random? This phrase is a quiet invitation. She's not really checking in on your trivia knowledge, she's checking for emotional availability. It's often the lead-in to something strangely intimate, a moral question, an oddly specific opinion, a fantasy disguised as curiosity. This isn't about the content. It's about the need to connect beyond the surface. She's shifting the conversation into emotional calibration mode, the bridge most women cross before letting themselves feel fully drawn to someone sexually. It's her attempt to sense how you'll respond to her deeper questions, the parts of herself she doesn't show everyone. She's looking for a level of safety that lets her feel free emotionally, because for most women, emotional freedom is the gateway to physical desire. 5. You'd probably hate dating me. This isn't a warning, it's bait. What looks like self-deprecation is often a backwards way of saying there's more under the surface if you can handle it. It's not just about being difficult, it's her testing how curious you are. She's planting a puzzle piece, daring you to finish the picture. Most women don't say this to guys they're indifferent about, they save it for men who feel emotionally dangerous, the ones who might actually stir something deeper than approval. It's not meant to push you away, it's a dare to lean closer. She's saying, without saying it, that she holds contradictions, shadows complexity, and she's wondering, will you run from them or lean into them? Because true attraction isn't just about fun or chemistry, it's about whether someone feels like they can hold the full weight of your story. I can't tell if you're messing with me or not. This isn't confusion, it's fascination. This phrase shows up when a woman can't fully pin you down, and that uncertainty becomes intoxicating. Most guys are predictable when you aren't. You activate her curiosity and a subtle kind of chase. This isn't about lies or games. It's about being just enough of a mystery that her brain doesn't know whether to categorize you as a friend, a threat, or a temptation. When she says this, she's wrestling with the spark in trying to figure out how much of it is real and how much of it is projection. Uncertainty creates intrigue, and intrigue often leads to attraction because the human mind craves resolution. And when a woman can't fully figure you out, you become more than just a person. You become an idea, a tension, a curiosity that her thoughts keep returning to. And that's where desire begins, in the space between what is known and what is still being discovered. So if you hear any of these phrases, recognize them for what they are: not just words, but invitations, signals layered in subtext. Phrases that don't just reflect how she talks, but how she feels underneath it all. It's in those casual sentences that attraction hides, waiting for someone perceptive enough to hear it.